Indications that Vladimir Putin shows no hesitation in ordering his spies to be aggressive, even inside the United States. CNN is told Putin's spies were among those Russian diplomats expelled from the U.S. last month in retaliation for the poisoning of former Russian spy Sergei Skripal in Britain. U.S. officials say those spies were tracking Russian defectors who were being resettled in the U.S., in one instance casing someone who was part of a CIA program to provide Russian defectors with new identities. And U.S. officials say they may have been preparing to target those defectors.
Those defectors who are here in the U.S. could be in danger, and it's quite possible that the Russian intelligence or the Russian government could be seeking to end their lives.
If the intent was assassination or intimidation of some sort, I think it sends a very clear signal, just as the Skripal case did, to any would-be traitors of the Russian government, that it doesn't matter if you're part of some deal or part of some exchange, the Russian government can still come for you.
It's right out of a scene from the popular FX drama The Americans, depicting fictional Russian sleeper spies who settled in the U.S. and posed as an American couple.
One of our couriers went over to the Americans, defected with his wife and her child.
It could be them.
See if you can find out. If it is, he has to be dealt with.
Officials in Britain and the U.S. have recently warned that Putin's government appears emboldened to carry out assassinations in Western democracies. Eric O'Neill, the former FBI counterintelligence agent who took down Russian mole Robert Hanssen, says it's not likely those Russian spies working under diplomatic cover in the U.S. would have actually pulled the trigger themselves on the defectors.
That would leave no grounds for the Russians to have deniability. It's more likely that you would have stringers or mercenaries or people who are here illegally who don't have Russian cover, have no tie to the diplomacy or consulate who would carry out these sort of things.
Experts say this case shows that for Putin, there are no rules in the spy game with the U.S., almost nothing holding him back from ordering surveillance or worse on foreign soil. What accountability does he have? There are sanctions, but aside from that?
I mean, I think he still remains quite popular to the Russian people. He's surrounded himself with people that support him. There's a network there, and I just don't see this, domestically really weighing against him at all.
Putin's government is denying this operation. His spokesman challenging reporters to provide names and saying this looks like some kind of paranoia on the part of the U.S. Neither the CIA nor the White House would comment on the reported spy operation.
Wolf, Brian, those spies who were masquerading as diplomats, I'm talking about those among the 60 Russian so-called diplomats who were expelled. Will the Russians replace them with spies who will again target those defectors here in the United States?
Wolf, the former intelligence officials we spoke to say that yes, the Russians will likely try to replace them with others who will try to take up the surveillance and tracking of those defectors. But they say the Russians have lost a lot of intelligence assets with those expulsions last month. It's going to take them a while to get this operation back up and running, and the eyes of U.S. counterintelligence are going to be even more keenly watching for